One of my biggest childhood memory is knowing that I never had to go to my bed hungry unless I choose to do so. You know, my parents and grandparents always ensure that there is something for me to eat. And so if I went by choice, because I was also a very picky and funny eater. There were certain things growing up that I did not eat, and so sometimes my grandma had to prepare two different sets of meal, and she didn't have to do that, but I know it's her love for me and her understanding of how picky I was, why she did that. And I am and will forever be thankful. All right. So I know there are lots of you who have some very special memories growing up as a child that you hold dearly. All right. Another memory is meeting my father in person for the very first time. And it was kind of a bittersweet moment, you know, bitter in the sense where I was thinking of the times when I only spoke to him over the phone or have seen his pictures, and sweet in the sense that now I get to see him in person and I get to hear his voice directly. I get to hug him, you know, I get to have personal conversations. And so that was a grand moment or a grand time, you know, because it wasn't going to be forever, because he was not living here in Jamaica, and so he had to return to go back to work and to live his life. So yeah, but that was one of my fondest memories. Another one is having a friend over where she slept at my house and we both went to Clarendon College Fair. So we got up the morning, we went to our cousin did our hair, and we get dressed and we went together and we had fun. I think it was about either first or second form, if I can remember correctly. It's one of those two forms. I don't remember exactly when. So if my friend is watching the video, she know who she is, then she can correct me and remind me if it's first or second form. Yeah, it was a good sleep over, you know, chit chat in the night, and then we did our little thing in the morning and we went on the same path while we were at the fair. It was a good day. Came back home and she went home the next day. So that was awesome. Another one was where I spent the holiday at a friend's house, and while being there, before I didn't know that she could cook, and when I saw her cooking, because her mother gave her sometimes in the day to cook, I was like, I wouldn't say could I cook, man. And the funny thing is, I think that was about second or third form as well. And then my friend now give me I think she did a cook rice and something else. I don't remember what else. And she gave me the scallion to clean up and put in the pot for her. Lo and behold, now me, we always want grandma and mom to cook for me, as I had no interest in cooking then. What I did after I cleaned up the scallion or escallion is to cut it up. I think I cut it up in about 6 pieces. When she realized that that's what I did, ah boy, she laughed at me a little, and I laughed at myself too. But me did embarrass, though, you know. Me did embarrass, yeah. For no say, my friend can't cook, and me no know nothing about cooking. Embarrass, man. And she a big time chef, me I tell you, yeah. So that was awesome. And another one is I met the former prime minister, PJ Patterson, or Percival Noel James Patterson, the first time in Cambridge St. James. I was there spending the holiday with my aunt and the rest of the family. That's my father's side of family. And there was a political meeting being held in the town. And so people from all over came, and we lived nearby, so it was a walking distance for us, probably to 15-20 minutes walk. It depends on how you're walking, you know, whether you're walking quickly or slowly. And so my family, they were going, and so I think maybe I was the only one that would be left at home, so I went as well. And I was so happy to see him, to actually know him in person, and just hearing him speak, it was such a motivator, you know. And seeing the persons that he had around him to support him, it was such a good feeling, you know. And hearing them talk about current affairs and other matters, it was something to experience. It was definitely something to experience. I also did enjoy spending holidays with my family in St. James, and what made it more fun and interesting was that I had several cousins, all right, and neighborhood kids that I could communicate with, that I could play with, you know. So it was fun. Remember the days when we go river and we a catch crayfish, that are what them call them, crayfish. We would have called shrimps or shrimp, no. But the the crayfish, I enjoyed trying to catch them. And the fun part about it was that a lot of the times most of them were hidden underneath stones or rocks, and we had to take our time in lifting up the rocks or the stone and quickly get them out before they disappear on us. And so I enjoyed that. And even though I could not swim, I went into the river. You know, say, I just the foot I get wet up, right? Because I wasn't taking any chances. All right, so I watched my cousins swim and all of that while I just barely wet up my foot and catch the crayfish them. And them sweet, you know? Oh my man. And I noticed something that's different with them and crab. When I eat crab, crab leaves this bitter taste in my mouth. When I eat the crayfish, I don't get that. Alright? Crayfish, they are small and they're enjoyable. Yeah, we fry them up and eat them. And my little sister, she bad for the cooking too, you know. When I go country and I see how my little sister manipulate the kitchen, I was like, wait, you thought you're a big chef, man. Yeah, I admired that about her. She can handle cooking any food and it tastes real good like a big somebody a cooking, right? So, big up yourself, little sis. Mommy, Miss Akiria Brown. Alright? Your chefing thing did up, and I know it's still up. Alright? Good. And even back home, the feeling was the same because I had my other siblings, I had my cousins, and I had other individuals from the community as well. And we made good use of our childhood days when it comes on to playing and communication. Yeah, I think even the other day I was asking my husband if he used to bounce elastic band wall too. Alright, so the same elastic band which we call rubber band, right? We used to buy whole heap of them and then we bounce them on the wall and when them overlap, we take up them there because we win that. Right, so it was fun. So we throw them on the wall and they bounce and any amount that they fall on, those belong to us. And we gladly take them up. All the night time we are play too. When we're supposed to go to bed and sleep, we are throw rubber band. But it was fun. It was definitely fun. Alright. Another thing I also enjoyed or have as a good childhood good memory was when I reached um, the age where I was able to choose my own clothing and also to buy my own clothing because to me my parents' style is outdated and they never did I go with the flow of how things was going and so I wanted more modern stuff and so I enjoyed purchasing my own clothing at that time. Yeah, and I also enjoyed going on field trips or school trips. You know what that mean? It mean more money. It mean whole heap of snacks. All right, and it mean the hairstyle where I go on trip with have to turn up, and it also mean that you can't wait for daylight to come. Every now and then you wake up out of your sleep and check it for morning. That was me, right? Because guess what? The glad bag bus, we full of excitement. Alright, knowing say we're gonna leave our parish and we're going to go into another parish to view all the things that that parish offers based on what our teacher was taking us to see at the time. And of all the school trips that I went on, my most memorable ones were when we went to Biscuit Company and when we went to the hangar. It was a um, aeroplane company, right? Those were the most exciting and fun school trips that I have been on. When we say turn up, it means say it turn up to the max. And that was at all age school. Right? So that was a very fun and exciting trip. Trust me. All right. And um I had good memories. And another memory was when we were up for days watching movies back and forth. So what had happened was um my grandfather, my grandmother's husband, as some people would say, I a step grandfather, but I just my grandfather to me. So his son came from America, and he brought down a, you call that again, cassette, no, it's not a cassette, tape, a tape recorder, and some movies. And trust me, for days, movies. At 1 o'clock in the morning, we are going to bed. I mean, I tell you, say, sometimes my cousin them did you know, because our cousin just live next door to us. And we watch show and we watch show and we watch show and we watch show. Oh gosh, man. We don't want to sleep there. And them have to turn it off and say, alright, a bedtime. No. It was fun, it was exciting because them time there something they not exist yet. Um DVD player and DVD. Mm-mm. We never have them the in them the time there when we are watch movies. Yeah. And we watch movies until man. And I love movies for a long time. Me love show. Me love show bad. When TV used to sign off, me would have watched TV until TV sign off, then me go on my bed. That is how much I enjoy watching television. So even if everybody else tired and want to sleep, I will lay in the settee in the living room, just get my pillow, catch up my back, and watch my show. Yeah, I just made that, and that is still who I am today. I love movies. I love a good clean movie. All right. So occasionally I'll indulge myself in watching a good movie now and then. Yeah, that childhood memory still lives on in me. Yes. All right. And the final memory that I want to share with you is when I prepared saltfish and fried dumpling for the very first time. Never tried this ever. All right. And it was a Sunday morning. It was a Sunday morning, and my grandmother was by the church because they were having convocation. And normally when they have convocation, for those persons who could have persons stay over, they would accommodate them. And so we always accommodate the same persons. All right, so it was a family of four. Yes, so they were there with us at our home during that convocation period. And the Sunday morning, I woke up and nobody in the yard, you know. And I decided that my hungry body now, my hungry body. And so I decided I'm going to make saltfish and fried dumpling. It was one of the best saltfish and fried dumplings I've had in my whole life, to be honest. Sorry. And when I finish it, well cooked down, fried dumpling, well soft and moist, no whole heap of baking powder in there. And Just as I finished, my grandma came and she said, "What? You look about something, man." And she tasted it and she tasted it and it was awesome. And so she said to me, make we give, I'm going to give some of our guest some of this. And I was like, really? The first time I am making it, you're giving it out to people? And I said to myself, all right, make me taste it. Make me the judge, make me be the judge of my own food. When I tasted it, oh gosh, man, that one day, pass. Pass. That was more than an A plus. That was an A plus 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 plus. All right. And they enjoyed it because it was so good. So good. And to add to that, I also baked vanilla box cake for the first time and I had coloring to it. In my head, I thought it was three colorings that I had, but I'm only remembering two. I added the red and the green food coloring. I just can't remember the other one. I don't remember if it was pink, but I know there was a third food coloring. And trust me, you see when that cake done and come out of the oven and cool and we cut into it, one moist and look good, so nothing a stick up down a bottom or round on the side. It was a perfect cake. And then the streaks of coloring in inside the cake. Oh my gosh, man. Then it not only looks awesome, you see when you bite into that, oh gosh, so moist, full of moisture, and the texture is so good. I keep on, even my family, I keep on telling them that as a child, those were the two set of things that I made in my childhood days that were perfect doing it the very first time. Yeah. So I know a lot of you out there have good memories, good childhood memories. So if you want to drop any of them into the comment section and share with us, then go right ahead and do that. All right? Nevertheless, before you leave this video, remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a comment, leave a like, and share the video as well. All right?